Peace and blessings, Hotep Black Power, as always, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors. My sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, of the Street Law Soldiers. My father, my in-laws, my subscribers, my viewers, my family, comrades, and all of those that are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. What I want to talk about right now is the FBI said earlier last week that this group called the Proud Boys, which is a bunch of ice apes, a whole bunch of these mountain dogs who use that great America, let's make America great again, that devil slogan, that Donald Trump, the lead devil in the country right now, who promotes race war, which I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to knock down some motherfucking ice apes, male and female, some cave bitches, and these motherfucking snow monkeys. Nevertheless, the FBI stated that through the API, American Press Association, and World News, that the Proud Boys was not a white supremacist group. So what the fuck are they then? If they're not a white supremacist group, then what the fuck are they? And for the sake of conversation, these old punk ass groups, aside from the these white militia groups up in the mountains of Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, now these motherfuckers are serious. Those militia groups are very serious. They have a lot of financial backing. They have a strong economic foundation. They own a lot of land. They own a lot of property, real estate, and businesses as well. Now look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucking ice monkey. And you tell me that he's not a white supremacist. This raw, naked head motherfucking cave dog. You mean to tell me this savage motherfucker is not a white supremacist? Come on, man. See what the FBI is trying to do, is trying to minimize, because there's so many of these groups popping up, of these goddamn inbred motherfucking crackers. These dog fucking, animal fucking bestiality goddamn ice apes. These savage motherfuckers. That, these wooded area residing motherfuckers here. That their address is really, Cave 9, in the Caucasus Mountains of Europe. That they're trying to keep them under beneath the radar. And now groups like the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, these some inbred trailer park motherfuckers. They have no stake in the system. They have no financial backing. Real minimal, at best, financial economic banking. They own no land. They always go to some state park at night, burning motherfucking sticks and shit, because they inbred. A lot of them are cousins, and, all of them, most of them got the white bitches and the goddamn demons. All of them, you can tell all of them got two first names. Billy James and Sarah Ann and all that old shit. Becky Lee. Mary Joyce and all that bullshit. Bobby Earl and shit. And they inbred as a motherfucker. They just some. And everywhere you see them at, it's always some rural areas. And you niggas that you deserve whatever comes down the pipe, you get caught out there. You ain't got no business, riding through motherfucking Athens, Georgia, 1 o'clock in the morning. Unless you doing something totally motherfucking wrong or you out of order. Or you are out of town that's lost that made a wrong turn. Because we went to Atlanta to do a lecture, and I believe it was 2008. And we went down a wrong turn where, it was goddamn Klan area. It was a Klan motherfucking area with cows and all that bullshit. But nevertheless, these motherfuckers have no stake in the system. These over the hill, tobacco chewing, pot belly, toothless motherfucking, jelly sandwich eating, trailer park, no shoe wearing, down the dirt road to the corner store ass, motherfucking dirty, filthy, stringy hair, dirty blonde motherfucking, no underwear ass crackers. But see, a group like Gorilla Mainframe, strong black organization, and the FBI, locked this brother up, Kareem Bolagon, and held him for 6 months in a state prison for nothing. Came in his house talking about he was a terrorist and all this bullshit. And kept him for 6 months, for nothing. And see, and they do shit like that, minimize these white supremacist groups so they can have justification for fucking with us. Gorilla Mainframe, and my hat goes off to those brothers, along with the new revolutionary, listen to me, revolutionary Black Panther Party led by Dr. Ali Muhammad down there in Florida, and Gorilla Mainframe. The street law soldiers would love to lock arms with you brothers and sisters, Danny, because we are just like y'all. I don't, the difference between us, we don't broadcast, any weapons or anything like, we don't do anything like that. We'll make you think that it's just me. And that's how we have agreed to, set it up as such. But fuck with us, fuck around and you'll see something different. Nevertheless, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about these chemtrails. For those who don't know chemtrails, when you were little and you thought that these planes were in the sky, just flying up and down, writing names and all this shit in the clouds. No, those are chemtrails. Chemtrails short for chemical air trails. And what they do, they let off all types of chemical illuminate aerosols, all in the air. And next thing you know, like right here in DC, I saw 3 chemtrails last week. And by the end of the week, they had a pneumonia type flu going around DC, the entire city. The emergency rooms all over DC and the surrounding, areas, the DMV, Maryland and Virginia, were full to capacity based on the fact. And I saw these chemtrails, you know, it was about 6:30 a.m. And by the end of the week, there was some sort of pneumonia type flu going around. And it wouldn't last no more than 24 to 48 hours. But it was a crippling type of pneumonia, even though it lasted just for, a day or so. But during the time that it hit, a lot of people, it took them down, but these chemtrails are not to be played with. Please keep your eyes open and look in the sky for those chemtrails. And afterwards, watch if you see any changes in the weather or any changes in behaviors. Because people, sometimes, I know people used to fight after those chemtrails would fly across the area. And alcohol consumption would go up. So you got to be very, very careful and keep your eyes open for these chemtrails, because it's dangerous. Very dangerous. And this is done specifically by the U.S. military, the CDC, in conjunction with FEMA, putting these chemicals, biological chemicals, Now they have a recall. They had a recall on the lettuce last week here, and now they have a recall on these Pillsbury products, specifically cookie dough. Now it's by Christmas time. This is the time where that particular product sells the highest. During Christmas and Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, and Chris my ass. That's when excuse me, that's when those particular products really sell. So apparently, I'll give you some more research on who owns Pillsbury and what did they do to piss these motherfucking crackers off the New World Order, where they're putting a financial dent in their wallets by doing a recall on this cookie dough, And it may sound petty or minute, but a lot of people buy that shit during the holidays. The baked cookies and, all that dumbass Saint Nick bullshit. But look out for these chemtrails. Once again, they are very dangerous. And watch the reactions and the changes in the weather and so forth. Now, these fires that take place in California. Now, I used to wonder how in the fuck could a 75-degree day in California start a brush fire. Until I found out these fires are deliberately set, for various reasons. When corporations are fighting over land, when they want to build malls or build these multi-million-dollar homes, these contractors and different major corporations and organizations and corporate America, and then next thing 50,000 to 100,000 acres are blazing, and where they can't put them out. They seem to not be able to put them out until a certain amount of damage is done. There's no way this shit ignites like this at such intensity. And now I found out that, these fires are breaking insurance companies. All the insurance companies, the ones that are being broke are, excuse me one second. How they break these insurance companies with, these property damage claims. And so, what these devils have begun doing is snatching people up for organ stealing, organ harvesting, and other means, murdering these people that own these homes out in California to eliminate the insurance companies having to pay them for their damage, for the loss and the destruction of their damage. The damage of their homes and property. And so, by killing everybody in the family, the remaining family would think that their family members perished in these fires, not knowing that they were snatched up, kidnapped, and de-organed, among a whole bunch of other things, sex trafficking, put in FEMA concentration camps and the like. That way the insurance company are not liable to pay for the damage of their property. Very, very clever goddamn devil. I was talking with a sister earlier, and she was making these statements about the devil is a liar, what most you Christians say, And I was telling her that no, the devil's not a lie. The devil is honest about being the fucking devil, or a devil, or the devils. So, these wicked motherfucking crackers, will not cease short of anything to remain in power and dominant control and population control in the annihilation of people of color. They will never cease fighting for domination and world power under the New World Order. Same with these vaccines that you run to CVS. Because see, you niggas love shit. Every time this cracker says something is free, you niggas break your goddamn necks tying your shoes up to go get something free. And when these white teachers tell you to take your baby down there to get a fucking vaccine, a flu shot, which the flu shot is nothing but a synthetic flu that they inject into your baby to see what type of reaction your child's body will give once that flu is shot into the body. And don't you know a lot of women and men that are grown in their 30s, 40s, 50s, who've never had children, may not have never done a recall or have asked their parents or even remember did they ever take any of these vaccines or these flu shots, because these flu shots will damage and dilapidate your reproduction system. It will tear it to pieces. And so it's this shit is not a game. The CDC, the Center for Disease Creation, not control. They don't control any diseases. They create these fucking diseases for our annihilation and our extermination. Now we're within a needle shot. We're within a fucking needle from being extinct. This is how far they have come, because these crackers, these motherfucking savages, work day and night, diabolically, to find a way to get rid of us. And while you niggas are making it rain, watching TV, watching them celebrate Quincy Jones, how many dicks he done sucked, in his 85-year reign, being a motherfucking drag queen in the music industry. You know, these crackers are out here putting in fucking work. Niggas don't like to read. You niggas don't read no books. You know, all you watch is drama because you're drama addicted. It ain't a good movie till somebody's murdered that look like you. Oh, I'm tired of the slave movies. You know, anything that has anything to do with our history or our coming up as a people, you don't want no parts of it. But if it has something to do with our fucking destruction, you are all in. Because we're going to see another situation, another Katrina is coming. But this time they're going to be more prepared and we're going to be more unprepared. Because see, all they have to do is say they're giving away something and you niggas going to come running and all they're going to do is drop bombs, grenades, and eliminate hundreds of thousands of you niggas. The same way in Katrina. They slept on this goddamn cracker. The Mardi Gras, all that bullshit. You know, let them displaced families building that Superdome. It doesn't dawn on you that this Superdome looks like a motherfucking a gigantic spaceship. And what if they had this thing rigged where after they made the tornado that they told everybody to go to the Superdome, and once they got 100,000 or 60,000 people in there, they locked it down and it was able to take off, you know, and fly somewhere into the middle of the fucking ocean and go to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just, you know, food for thought. But nevertheless, man, this is how slow we are. You know, hundreds of thousands of people lined up. Now, none of them people have their own water. None of them people have their own non-perishable items. Solely dependent on the devil. Solely dependent on the devil. And what did they do? They were shooting. FEMA was shooting out of the air, hitting any black youths and black children that they could hit. And people attempting to leave New Orleans. You know, it's, you know, and we haven't, once again, you know, none of those people were prepared, solely dependent upon the devil. And that doesn't make any fucking sense. And you were begging the goddamn devil for water while he had alligators in the water eating up bodies, along with FEMA, Center for Disease Control, giving people injections, snatching people up, taking them to FEMA camps. Thousands are still being held in those FEMA camps across the country. But you all are worrying about LeBron James, what team he's going to play for, Kevin Durant, Colin Kaepernick, Quincy Jones, you know, all this dumbass shit. You know. And don't think that your fucking heroes and sheroes, y'all about Jay-Z and all of them, you know, who sat back and watched black people die, literally, and didn't do a motherfucking thing about it. Oprah, none of them done shit. Sitting on billions of dollars and ain't do a motherfucking thing. You know, that $1 million and all the while millions of black people perish. Hundreds of thousands perished. That shows how selfish our people are. That's why I have no problem if it's ever an insurrection taking their heads off niggas who protect white supremacy. I have no problem with the house niggas on the porch. And why do you think it's nearly 1 million caskets, coffin liners on the side of the road in Madison, Georgia, right fucking now? These coffin liners can hold up to 4 people. This shit is not a game. Obama quietly ordered $1 billion worth of disposable FEMA coffins. Obama, Nobama, this chimpanzee ear motherfucking dinner plate mouth son of a bitch. This half mulatto, half cracker ass nigga who y'all jumped up and down and dick rolled him to half of you went damn near died in the 8 years he was in office. You know, you niggas thought y'all was on some type of come up. And where did he take you niggas? Because he was playing. He's related to these motherfuckers. I told y'all all these presidents are related, bloodline-wise, somewhere along the line. He is no different. Because y'all had some Obama phones. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Some free phones. They weren't really free. Because all of them had tracking devices on them. You're not free. Same way they doing these new malls. You know, they're taking these new outlets. Now, what are these new outlet malls doing with fucking gun towers? Go to the nearest outlet mall and you will see a fucking, gun towers. All of them have it. All of them have it. Check out your outlet malls, even some of the old ones. Because what they're going to do along with those Walmarts, all of that shit can be converted into detention camps. Why do you think it's an outlet mall? But you're not going to be let out. This is what these devils are doing, y'all. Same with prison labor. This shit has never stopped. Prison labor has never stopped. Since 1865 to 2018, prison labor is alive and kicking. And they used to take our ancestors, when they take them, they used to take them as babies. Put a ball and chain around their ankles. Shit wasn't no joke. This shit was this not no picture from the movie Life with Eddie Murphy. These are our ancestors. This is how they wore striped suits. Rarely did they get a chance to wash them. They had to wash them by hand with rocks, in the creek. You know, a wash bucket was like a brand new going to the laundromat. And they worked from can't see in the morning to can't see at night. Teens being sent to a prison labor camp, a penitentiary at the age of 12 for stealing an apple out the crackers goddamn corner store. You know, and some of you motherfuckers are too lazy to even walk to the corner store today. This the type of shit that our babies, our ancestors went through. Look at this shit. You know, this boy, when I did the research on it, he was there for 3 days. Being, you know, another brother spoon-fed him oatmeal. But look what happened at night when he was chewed on by the elements. Possums, foxes, squirrels, rats. You know, our ancestors paid a hell of a price living in these type of conditions. You know, this was in the 1920s right here. You know, Matthew Mancini, he wrote the book One Die, Get Another. You know, it's about prison labor from 1865 to the present. And then the other one, Twice the Work of Free Labor. You know, these crackers wrote these books. You know, but where did they get the information from? They had to get the information from the horse's mouth, from our ancestors, get their stories, and didn't give them any of the credit, none of the proceeds from the sales of the books. And then you got a nerve to tell me that, you know, we all the same. You know, some of you niggas walking around on this earth talking about there's no racism. You ain't supposed to hate no fucking body. The fuck out of here. When our ancestors, my grandfather and great grandfather and beyond,